Welcome to Okoboji Broadcast, everybody. A beautiful day in the Iowa Great Lakes. I'm very fortunate to have with me Jeff and Nancy Vierkant is here. Of course, Jeff, CEO of Arnold's Park Amusement Park. Nancy, the director of the Spirit Lake Chamber of Commerce. But this is something a little different than what we're talking about. Different. What is it called, Jeff?
Well, so Nancy and I have, for the last 4 years, been coordinating classes for Financial Peace University, which is a it's everything about personal finances. It's a class that we've done a couple of times every year. We usually one in the spring, one in the fall, and we've got one starting up next Wednesday for 9 weeks, every Wednesday night at the Bedell Family YMCA.
All right, when we talk about financial peace, what are we talking about? Are we talking about retirement? Are we talking about building up savings while you're still working? What are we talking?
Yes, and yes.
Okay, good.
So Jeff, we're trying to cover everything from a personal finance standpoint. So we're going to cover everything from budgeting to debt, to home ownership and mortgages, to insurance, certainly saving for retirement, having an emergency fund in place, and also saving for kids' college education if that's applicable.
You know, and it can sound so simple, you know, to build up a savings account, have zero debt, and all these different things, not building up credit cards. And especially now, people that maybe haven't been working, other financial problems. This is a tougher issue right now than I think it was even just a few months ago, and it's always been tough.
It's always a tough issue, and it's not the things that we grew up around the kitchen table talking about, or maybe even learning as we went through school. And when you look at some of the stats, Jeff, I mean, 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, right, meaning they couldn't cover an emergency over $1,000 if one happened to come up. And how about COVID as an emergency? You know, so many people had their livelihoods impacted as a result. So one of the things that we teach are strategies for preparing for those emergencies.
And when do the classes get going here?
So the classes will start actually this Wednesday, September 16th.
Okay.
Class starts at 6:30. We're having it at the Bedell Family YMCA. And so we're excited to have it there. They have a great community room, and if you do need childcare, I encourage you to look at contact the Bedell Family YMCA and find out about their childcare options for members. But we are excited. It's a 9-week class, so it'll start this Wednesday, the 16th.
And if you just want to check it out and come for the first class, come sit in on the first class, and if you think it's something you want to continue with, you can sign up at that point. Otherwise, just come check it out.
Right. So yeah, they can come to the first class, free of charge to check it out. Most of the class, we'll be having the 9-week classes, but there's so much more than just the class itself that we're offering as well. When they sign up for the class, they actually get support for up to for a year membership. So they get a budgeting app, they get additional information and videos online in addition to even what we teach and instruct in the class. And so there's a lot of support that goes beyond the 9 weeks, and a lot more learning and talking about legacies and how to get your kids involved with saving money and having smart kids about finances as well. So there are many more resources that you do get online as part of that 1-year membership, in addition to taking the 9-week class.
I think that's one of the greatest gifts a parent can give their child is learning how to budget correctly. These are things that, and I've seen it where kids, they get out of college and then they get a credit card and whoa, free money, I can go buy a lot of things, and then all of a sudden the statements start coming in and oh my gosh, and then they try to pay the minimum because they don't have enough money, and they get into this vicious circle. So when you can teach your kids from little on about financial security, what a great gift to give them.
We talk a lot about changing your family tree and giving that education and that knowledge so that can be passed on from generation to generation. And you're right, I think the first people you meet when you get on college campus are the credit card companies. Yeah. I think they're waiting for you at the door.
Well, they couldn't wait for me.
Here's a free t-shirt. Yeah. Sign up for this credit.
Well, that sounds great. Yeah. What's the biggest mistake that you see people making throughout their lives, even past that in their 20s into their 30s and so forth? What do people do that really gets them into arrears?
Well, I think that's an interesting question, and I think biggest mistake, probably just drawing on some of our own personal experiences, or early on in life, trying to live up to the lifestyle that maybe your parents were living at the time, and maybe overreaching your current stage of ability.
Yeah, and and I think there's should be no shame in saying, you know what, I've put myself into a bind. The shame would be if you don't look to get some help somewhere, and this is exactly what this course is set for.
Absolutely. I mean, all of us have done foolish things with money.
Absolutely.
Every single one of us. And if we haven't, we have a hard time telling the truth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this is all about, understanding some of the pitfalls that you could fall into and giving you some strategies to prepare for the future.
Okay, very good. So, people want to get signed up for this. Again, you said on the 16th, Wednesday, at the Bedell Y. What room are you guys going to be in?
We're going to be in that community room right behind the front desk.
Okay.
If they are interested in getting that advanced registration done, they can go to DaveRamsey.com, and our class will be listed as one of the classes on Find a Class. So you could search Spirit Lake and you will find our class as well. You could also email or call us too, and we can help you get that sign up done as well. It's just my email address at nancyvierkant.com. Nancy Vierkant at yahoo.com.
Okay.
And so we can help you with that registration, or you can give me a call and we'd be happy to answer questions on that. 712-330-4266. So yeah, I mean, it's a great class. I want to stress, we're not just targeting people who maybe are having trouble with money,
Right.
That maybe they're living the paycheck to paycheck, because we have had all walks of life through our class in the 4 years. We've had really great business owners in our class that have gotten a lot out of it. We've had people that are already in retirement that have gotten a lot out of it.
Yeah.
We have the people that are just getting started, engaged couples, just getting married, just out of college. And I mean, there are so many benefits to the class that you can, adapt your life or make some changes or see things that you can do differently no matter where you are.
Yeah.
And Jeff and I didn't take the class until, when our first class that we led, and granted we were following a lot of those principles prior to that, but our first time going through, we were like, wow, there's some things that we need to kind of do differently here too.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody at every stage of life. This will be, I think, our 8th time now coordinating the class, and we take something from it every single time that we do it.
Yeah, you're never too young or old to learn financial security.
That's right.
Right.
All right.
And people, when I talk to them, they'll talk about, I don't really want to be on a budget. When we talk about in the class, what the budget really is giving you freedom on what you can spend your money on. It's just giving every dollar a name every month so that you know where that money is going. And I think if you've never done a budget, it's pretty eye-opening when you do that first one on how much you do spend on groceries, or maybe it's that coffee you go get a few times a week.
Right.
And where that money is going, and just being able to see it on paper. And just being able to say, okay, you know what, you're right, I don't need that coffee twice a week. I could do something else with that. But just for us too, it gives us freedom on where we can spend money.
Yep.
I spend a lot more money on my hair and getting, stuff like that done. I know that wasn't.
How much do you spend?
That was unfair, wasn't it, Jeff? Yeah, that was a tough one.
But now, I don't feel guilty when that hair appointment comes up, because
Right.
it's something that I plan for within that budget that month.
Yeah.
Same thing could be when, you want a new pair of shoes, or, something different in your
Yep.
closet. But I find that there's no guilt now associated with that it's a little bit more freedom, and that I've already budgeted for that, so it's already there.
Yep.
So-
When you allot for it, it's less of a surprise as the time goes on. That's
Absolutely.
right. And what a great family project to get together on, to sit around. That may not sound like fun, kids, but you're going to enjoy it the rest of your life, trust me. Jeff and Nancy Vierkant here with us today on Okoboji Broadcast. We thank them for being here with us. We thank you for watching us right here on Okoboji Broadcast. Okoboji Broadcast with Jeff Thee is brought to you in part by Pure Fishing in Spirit Lake. Last Touch Painting and Cleaning, providing interior, exterior, and house painting and professional cleaning services in Spirit Lake. Okoboji Mattress Company, 1 mile west of the junction of Highway 9 and 71 in Spirit Lake. Bank Midwest, dream big, plan wisely, live well. And Ducky's Marine and Motorsports Repair in Spirit Lake. Lakes Regional Healthcare and Avera Partner. Brand's Law Office in Spirit Lake. Ruthven Locker, where carnivores are welcome on Hill Avenue in Spirit Lake. Beck Engineering in Spirit Lake. Be Radiant Laser Skin Studio, newly located in the Okoboji Plaza in Okoboji. And by Quest Wealth Management, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services. Advisors Jan Spielman, AJ Spielman, and Erica Wachholz.